Hey guys, sorry I still don't have a proper mic yet, still using the phone. Before we get on to the video, I just want to say that so here in Australia, the Rise of Skywalker comes out tomorrow, the 19th. So and I've got the midnight tickets, so we're going tonight. Exciting. So you can definitely expect a first impressions video sometime soon. Although I may leave it until Sunday, because I'm going to be watching it a good couple of times. So yeah, look forward to that. So in today's video, I'm making another lightsaber video. Woo! So in my last saber video, I discussed the differences between a sound saber and a no sound saber or stunt saber. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing HILTS. Now, for me personally, when it comes to HILTS, it can be a bit more, how can I say this, more complicated to choose what kind of hilt you want to grab. You got very plain looking hilts, and then you got like more complicated ones. Different sizes, different radiuses, etc. I'm going to be using 3 of my hilts. The Fallen, Liberator, and I'm going to use one of the Force Effects Lightsabers, which you'll see in a second. And I'm going to go through what I believe the reasons would be if I were to use any of these. It sounds complicated, right? Or it sounds more complicated than it should be. But different people will use different sabers for different things. With that being said, let's get on with it. Okay, so I've actually decided to use 4 hilts. We've got the Fallen, the Liberator V3, the Apprentice V3, and a Disney Park exclusive Rey lightsaber. I've decided to use these 4 hilts as, in my opinion, they all share the different qualities I'd like to cover in this video. When it comes to choosing your hilt, you'll want to think about what you actually want to use it for. Are you a collector or a duelist? I've narrowed it down to these 2 subjects, as from what I've seen and in my own experience, it's usually one or the other. Let's start with the more simpler designs I've chosen. The Liberator V3 and Apprentice V3 look somewhat generic, but this necessarily is not a bad thing. In fact, the reason you'd want to go for hilts such as these 2 would be simply because of comfort in your hands, which means when it comes to dueling and doing tricks, you'll find that doing it in hilts like these will feel nice. And not to mention, hilts like these are way cheaper, so your wallet will not hurt as much. Now, here we have the other 2 hilts I chose for this video, the Fallen and Disney Park exclusive Rey lightsaber. Off the bat, these 2 have a lot more going on with them, with more details, and can be quite appealing to many collectors and Star Wars fans. These hilts would be more ideal for show in my honest opinion, as they try to be more screen accurate than the more cheaper ranged hilts. Now yes, you can still duel with them, you can duel with any hilts, but you'll find compared to the more simple hilts that these ones won't feel as nice, as the details will be in the way of your hands, giving you somewhat of a limit to how you can really hold them. They are more expensive, but honestly, you get what you pay for, and for me, it's totally worth it. Another thing to note on is weight. Typically bigger and more detailed hilts will generally, but not always, be more heavier than the more generic hilts, so that may limit your dueling style, if that's what you mainly use your lightsabers for. But in all honesty, it really depends on your style. Now I've separated the hilts differently according to length size. We've got the Liberator V3 and the Fallen as the more taller hilts, while we've got the Apprentice V3 and the Disney Park exclusive Rey lightsaber as the more smaller or standard sized hilts. Taking a look at the more smaller hilts, for me personally, I'd use these if I wanted to be more of a trickster, so to say, as their size compared to the bigger hilts makes them more agile. So doing flows with these bad boys would be a little bit more efficient and not as stressful. Now with taller hilts, I'd use these more to create more distance with my opponent if I were to ever deal with them, if that makes any sense anyway. So typically I'd have a more taller blade along with these hilts. Bear in mind, this is my take and style with taller hilts. Others may think differently, and that's completely fine. I also find them to be better for jabbing as they have that bit more length. Remembering that this is really just all my opinion, it really comes down to personal choice. I like to mainly collect, so the more detailed hilts appeal most to me. However, when I feel like doing tricks and dueling with my friends, then my choice would be the more simple hilts. To be quite frank, however, there are still more things to cover with choosing your hilt, as you have double-bladed lightsabers, saber staffs, curved hilts, crossguards, light whips, and etc. But for today's video, I've just done what I feel are the more popular choices, and, well, I don't have any of the others that I just said. I do have crossguards, but honestly, I'd put it in with the collector's column for now, as dealing with those is a whole other level. But anyway guys, that's it for me today. I've got to prep for the midnight screening of The Rise of Skywalker, and as I said at the start of the video, I am super keen and expect a first impressions video sometime soon. I hope this video helps you decide what kind of hilt you want to get or gives you a better idea of what to expect when buying a lightsaber. Anyway guys, I'll see y'all in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Always.